Hello everyone, I'm Virus from Rai Studio Music. Today, I'm going to guide you on how to make a Vinahouse track, specifically its drop. Simple, effective, here drop track needs home. First, in this tutorial, I'm going to let you listen to the part I just made. Let me explain. A track needs a home. Find the song's home, even if it's unfamiliar. I've written the chords using Cynthiano sound. Even if you don't know the song, you have to catch the home of that song. Here, I've already written the chords. I'm using a sound called Cynthiano because I want it to have a bit of a fourth feel. Cynthiano? Because I want it to have a bit of a fourth feel. It will look and along with that I will use another sound, which is the pad. Here I'm using synth string. Why do I have to use pad? Because if I use pad in the track, it will create a sense of space for the music. So I just need to copy this chord progression and throw it into that pad sound. Next, I'm going to choose another sound, which is the upcoming sound. Just throw it into that pad sound. Next, I'm going to choose another sound, which is the upcoming sound. I'm going to use this chord, stick with the chords. I choose this. You only need one note from it, no need for the whole chord like the two parts I just mentioned. It'll be this. For the upcoming sound, I'm going to use the analog sound. You can choose any sound you want. If you want a different sound, you can choose. My preference is to go with analog. Next, I'm going to create a collective bass line for the track. For the bass line, I'm going to follow the same chord progression, but I won't write a long note like before. I'm going to make it a bit rhythmic. You can write differently. It's your preference. In this bass line section, I'm going to use 3 layers for it. 1 layer for the high, 1 layer for the mid, and 1 layer for the low. This is my layer 2. This mid layer, and this is the low layer. For my layer 2, I chose the sound New Disco 2 from the Nexus pack, specifically from the Deep How 2 section. Sound. For my mid layer, I'm going to choose New Disco 4 to add some texture. And for the low part, I'm going to choose note, copy, pitch higher. Just write one note, write one sound first, then you need to copy and layer it. Change pitch, second sound to higher pitch next. Here I'm going to create a plugin. Comes with both real and fake. Use a plugin to add depth and space, making your song more interesting. If your song only has a bass and a light bass tone, it will be very boring. It lacks space and doesn't expand the song. If it's too black, everything has to follow its tone, okay? The size tone is not good. It's all over the place. If it's too black, everything has to follow its tone, okay? The size tone is not good. All over. Here, I'm using analog black. Fan of analog. Right, let's go. For the next part of black, I will just use double up. Copy this in like this, you know, in a way it's a double up. Simple, listen. Alright. Because it's a secret part, I will add another cut and another section to the song so that it has a climax and intensity for that session. It's professional. Come on, next time we will double it up. Near the drop, I'm going to make it 4 times louder. Very easy. Here, I'm actually using a synth along with the chords. Listen to make the song thicker. Alright, okay, moving on to the second part of the method. I will set a small, cute one here. Longfield is carefully preparing everyone's performance. Why contribute there, okay? Okay. Here, I have an additional razor. And together we will make one to set one up. The floating space is signaled that it's here. Overall one thing. The build-up will have those elements. Okay, next we will move on to the drop. For the drop, you just need to copy the bassline part like I wrote earlier. Just build it up and sub for it. Alright, we will also write a kick loop here. For the kick, pick a punchy one. Don't pick one that sounds too thin. A thin kick is weak, making your drop weak. It lacks tightness and won't make others want to dance. If your drop is weak, lacks punch, won't evoke feeling, It's tight. It doesn't create the feeling that makes others want to dance. And I also have an extra bike and a gear shift at that spot. So guys, don't let anyone find out about this. Like this. Just like he got bored, you know, right? It's kind of funny and boring, huh? You guys click and share here. Click and share here for me. I like it, so we will create a melody. Yes, if I'm writing here, it has to follow the home style, right? Today we're going with the sat sound and the G-tone face. Here. Here, I'm using the electric guitar sound in this. Nexus. This is about cutting the guitar leg. And I'm also using an additional modulation embellishment for it. Plateau like this, not connected like this, right? Select fundamental, sound like this. If not connected, it'll be like this. To write embellishments, you just need to select that fundamental and write the sound a little bit like this. There you go. It will embellish for you. And along with that, I will layer another sound, which is the lead sound. Here, I'm using the hammer kit from FL that's already available. Is sound. I'm also using embellishments for this sound. If you want to embellish it, you just need to click on that small part like this. Then go here. Choose note chord. It will embellish for you. Why writing embellishments? This embellishment is not just to et le non gérant, non gérant, et non gérant, non et non. Make the article funny. Not get boring. Okay, moving on to the next part of the drop, I will add another 2H to change the rhythm now. Now why don't I put the clicks in this last box? So it will let the listeners know that we're moving on to the next part of it. And I have an additional direction. Wherever you want to go, you need to have an ending for it. So go ahead and do it, okay? If I don't know, like, I can't drink it, it will be like this. It will be kind of surprising. These little details are actually what make your work great. For the mix, this bass line, I will split it up to avoid clashing and chaos. Here, one to the left, one to the right, and one in the center, so they don't clash with each other, and it doesn't get chaotic. It sounds like the sounds are touching each other. It's just that simple, otherwise it would be too hard, right? I open it, okay. Open. Prepare for the drop. Next, a smoother running bass sound. Prepare yourself for the drop by heading to the fill split area. This step is key to ensure all preparation is complete. Double check your location and confirm. The second ID is a running bass sound. It sounds smoother and differs from the typical bass line. It will be different from the typical bass line that people usually make. It'll this. In this second part, I won't write a melody. Instead, I'll use the bass line as the main melody for that drop. Here, I'm still using the 3 bass line sounds and modify it with additional phrases. The layering will be similar, with a bit of high-end. The layering part will be just like that too. And I'll add a little something to it, a bit of high-end. No, the high-pitched music style of Kook Kak remix. It's like that Happen song, I'll add something to emphasize that part for that drop section. And I'll add one more thing. That's indeed the MBA sound, truly. If you use this MBA well, it will create a track that has that kind of hard-hitting sound. And I'll add one more sound, which is the start sound. Brace hit. You know, like the music styles that Tai Huang or Lin Ku often use. They really like to use that sound to make the track more intense, to make it sound tighter. Here are the 2 drop sections I just made, 2 options. Okay, to mix in the bass line part, you should size it up. Be above. If not, it will hit me in the face. It won't sound smooth. I'll turn it up for you to hear about this sound. If it's not turned up, it will hit the audience. That's why. That sound up there, if it's not turned up, it will hit the audience straight in the face. So it will be like that. It shouldn't make people feel a smooth feeling, a flowing feeling like other forms. Like their form. For example, if you don't want to turn it up, then people can make slap house. But the next slap house video I will I'm going to post a video after this one, and it won't be turned up too much. It will come out right after that, and it will hit you straight in the face. Overall, if there's anything you don't understand about my track, remember to subscribe to the channel to get more videos. Thank you, and please subscribe to us. Cheers. So overall, if there's anything you don't understand about my track, remember to subscribe to the channel to get more videos. Thank you, and please subscribe to us. Cheers.